Hello and welcome to the extremely busy Gare de l'Est. You can buy alcohol on this train. I have no idea what that building is, but it's pretty! Because this is so good. Welcome to what is the very crowded Oxford Street. A croissant and a pain au chocolat. We found a post box, so there we go. Hello and welcome from Fulda Station. It is April 2nd and we're starting the next big part of my Europe trip. It is literally 7:30 in the morning because we are taking the train to Paris. As you might have known from part 1 of this vlog, we've already been to Paris, but my partner and I really like Paris, so we're going back and we're going to be finishing our trip there. But while there, very fun, we're going to have a day trip to London. Yes, a day trip to an entirely different country, a country that doesn't even border France, but we're taking the Eurostar, which is so exciting for me because it's been on my bucket list for a very long time. Since I was an early to mid teenager, it's been on my bucket list. So that's very exciting. We're going to be doing that in a few days. Today is Wednesday. We're doing that on Saturday, I believe. And we're going to meet up with a few friends. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Right now we are waiting for the train. So yeah, come on this little holiday within a holiday. We are currently on the train and very worryingly, it's 5 minutes delayed, and what's really scary about it is that our connection in Mannheim is only 11 minutes originally. So now it's like 6. Scary, especially because we have to get to a different platform, and then platform 1 is the trickiest platform to get to in Mannheim because it's not in the regular track thing. So we are probably gonna need to board. And it's also really annoying because I used to live in Mannheim. Mannheim is my German hometown, and I would have liked to see it a little bit at least. We made it before our train, actually. There's Mannheim. Unfortunately, that's all I can see of Mannheim. No time at all to actually go out. But here's a train station. There it is. It's like any other ordinary train station. Unfortunately, I don't even have the time to run into the main hall. I don't know if it's still there, but the main hall used to have a massive sign for the ice hockey team. And I never got to watch them. Nobody was really into ice hockey, neither am I, but it would have been interesting to watch. But it would have been nice to see the sign at least. But anyway, what can you do? We would rather make sure that we're on this train than accidentally miss it. So, yeah. For those of you who don't know, the reason why I like Mannheim so much is because I actually lived here back in 2018. I did my exchange year here, so, always going to have a special place in my heart. We are now on our second train, officially on the way to Paris. And because it is our second train, it means it is time to eat. We are in first class, and when you're in first class on the ICE, on Deutsche Bahn, you do get service straight to your table if you order the food, rather than needing to go to the board restaurant yourself. And of course, being Europe, being Deutsche Bahn, you can buy alcohol on this train. This one is actually alcohol free, but you can get alcohol here on the app, for you to, on the online ordering system. You've got a choice of beers, multiple, not just one. You've got choice of beers, of wines, even of, gin or something? There was a gin, I think, at the very bottom. We're still waiting for our food though, because I ordered a burger with fries and they didn't have any fries. How do you not have French fries on a train towards France? The person came and then said, we only have the burger, and then sold us just the burger. That's a cheeseburger. It's served warm, it looks crispy, comes with beef bacon, though worryingly that looks like a sauce made out of mayonnaise. And mayonnaise makes me gag, so hoping that it's not fucking mayonnaise. And if it is, I'm going to get really mad because if you look at the picture, where's the mayonnaise? It doesn't even say that it comes with a sauce. It says it comes with a chutney, and mayonnaise makes me vomit. So really annoyed now. Okay, I went to the board restaurant. I walked there myself and I had them replace it. They did. So, yeah, there's the burger. This time without the mayonnaise. Originally, she was like insisting that it was not mayonnaise, it was a burger sauce. And I'm like, the burger sauce is made out of mayonnaise, darling. Like, excuse me. And she was like, it's on the menu, like in the menu card. And then I told her it's not on the menu card. She looked at the menu card and she was like, do you want me to make it again? And yeah, I said, yes, please. And so she did it. So yeah, be careful about that. If you do not eat mayonnaise like I do, mayonnaise literally makes me vomit. The burgers on Deutsche Bahn have mayonnaise on them. They just call it burger sauce, but it is really violently mayonnaise. And then it just might be that the person who is working on the train does not speak English terribly well and does not understand that it's still mayonnaise based. So be careful. Hello and welcome to the extremely busy Gare de l'Est. We are now in Paris. I'm just waiting for my partner to get off the train because he's went to go grab our stuff because it's not actually right next to the entrance. We had to go to the other carriage because of lack of space. There's a lot of people, so we need to go get the metro to our hotel. Hopefully we won't be too long because I kind of need to pee. We are in a restaurant in Paris. We are having lunch at a Japanese restaurant. It's about a block and a half away from our hotel. We were just there. We dropped off our trolley luggages. The room wasn't ready yet, so we have to go back at 3. We were there at 2. It is now 2:23. We were just starting to get our food. We're starting off with a miso soup. I'm not going to tilt it towards the camera for obvious reasons because a miso soup is a miso soup and I don't want it all over the place. And some sort of salad. Honestly, when we're in France, we often do eat a lot of Asian food because Asian food in France is so much better than Asian food in Germany. There are some gems, but you could go to a random restaurant in Paris and have better Asian food there than in a lot of places in Germany. Here's the lunch. There's some salmon sushi, all different kinds. I have chicken and a bit of rice. Okay. And then some egg noodles. I actually picked the chicken because that's what she recommended. I was debating between chicken and udon because I like the two of them a lot, and she was like, my favorite is the chicken, so I took the chicken. We are now at Franprix, at least that's how I think you pronounce it. We're just grabbing some things to drink and stuff before we go back to the hotel. Dangerously though, why is there no bottled Coke Zero? And also, this is why I say Evian water is normal in Europe, because that's a Euro 20. Like, people in other countries are buying it and it costs like $3, $4, $5. It's literally just normal water. It tastes like tap water, to be quite honest. We are now in a hotel. There it is. Here's the view. We are not in the usual hotel that we normally stay at in Paris, partially because we wanted to try a new area to stay in, but also and mostly because the only rooms left in the place that we go to normally were like the really expensive suites, and no. So here we are. This is the Pullman, and you know, the Pullman's still the Pullman. I don't know what we have planned for today. It's already about 3:30, so we probably don't want to do too much. Just relax a little bit as well. And maybe do escape rooms. We slept. My partner was snoring for a good few hours there. We are on our way to do an escape room. It is almost 7:30. We should make it on time, although I probably stayed in bed longer than I should have. We would think of doing other things and then he passed out, so we're going to do all of that tomorrow instead of today. I have no idea what that building is, but it's pretty. Here we are again, this time at the second location. We ended up doing 2 escape rooms. That means we have 1 more at this Lock Academy to do. We also got a few recommendations from our first game master today. of other escape rooms to do in Paris. Honestly, if you are ever in Paris, Lock Academy has fantastic escape rooms. They're like stories, all interconnected. It's a lot of fun, and it's like really high quality escape rooms from someone who's done countless escape rooms. I can highly recommend it. My partner and I are actually thinking of making a Google Maps like list thing of escape rooms all around the world that we've done that we would recommend. And it's mostly because of this escape room, and also just all the game masters that we've talked to here really enjoy escape rooms as well, and constantly talk about them, about other ones that they've done, which ones they recommend. And so it kind of inspired us as well to kind of like make a list ourselves. Yeah, like we want to share that too. Right now we're at a restaurant, just a random restaurant that we saw. It's literally diagonal to where we were. We're just here to have some steak and be done with the day. We have started already. In France, they often give you just like some bread to begin with, and we already have ours. There it is. There's the baguette. It came with no sides at all, but French baguette is really delicious even on its own. And here is l'entrecôte. There's mine. It comes with a pepper sauce, some chips, and some steak. Whatever that building is, it's like, hang on, see if I can get, yes, slightly better, is also really cute. It's just outside this train station as well that we were at earlier. Hang on, this is a better view of it. This one, whatever this building is, it's really cute as well. If you don't have one already, you should get one of these cards. It's a Navigo Pass. Just pop it on. Then you can load up the tickets on it. You don't have to bring the little tickets that they used to have. You can pay by card too, not a problem. And yeah, so now I have 8 tickets, so that's good for 8 different rides basically. Tap on and come through. Are these cars just driving right through the train station? That's so wild. We are back in the hotel. I am so tired, but look at the state of my hair. I really need to wash it, so I'm gonna wash it tonight. That's all we did today, really. Got to Paris, escape room, eat. That's it. There's nothing like terribly set with us this time in Paris. It's just like things that we vaguely want to do. So that'll be fun to just kind of like see where every day takes us. 10,000 steps though today, so very happy with that. Well, over 10,000 steps. My Apple Watch did die on the way back to the hotel though, so definitely missed out a little bit on that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes the next few days. See you tomorrow. Hello, it is just before 2 in the afternoon on the 3rd of April. I'm dressed, we slept in a little bit, but that's okay because I really needed it. But now we're going to go head off, grab some food from our favorite breakfast place, although this is no longer breakfast, that's fine. And then we have a few shopping things to do. Let's go. We are now off the metro and we are walking to our favorite breakfast spot in Paris. We are walking to Angelina's, which in the last few years has gotten really popular. I've been going here for years at this point. It is honestly so good. Fantastic breakfast. And so it's always worth the wait in line. They used to do reservations. They don't do that anymore, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, I guess hopefully the line is not too bad. We are inside Angelina's. I'm in a dusty corner, but that's fine. I don't care because we got seated pretty quickly. There was a relatively small line, although it grew while we were waiting. But look at the inside of this place. It's really pretty. And here is how their brunch starts. It starts with some breads. There's a baguette, a croissant, and a pain au chocolat, 2 jams, and a roll of butter. Their food here is, especially the pastries, are legendarily good. Oh, I dropped my... Really good. Although I will say the croissant has like a sticky layer on it. because it's like got a bit of a glaze on it, so that's a warning if you're not used to that. But Parisians really treat croissants as, like, it really is a pastry to them. Like, whereas for us in the rest of the world, a croissant is a bread. Not the case for them. Part of the brunch is also their signature hot chocolate and some freshly squeezed juice. Our one is orange. And here's what they consider the mains. This is a sausage roll with eggs, and then my partner has eggs Benedict. And here's the final course. There is a crepe and a French toast. They also have a bunch of things that you can buy, including the hot chocolate. We're now walking to the metro to get to our next stop. I am so full. We did end up buying something for a friend from like their pastry store. We got some macarons. Oh, and one of the hot chocolates that came in a glass. I am so full. I can barely breathe, I swear. I didn't even finish my crepe. We actually got it for takeout because now they encourage at Angelina's that they do provide like doggy bags and stuff if you would like to take your stuff home to reduce waste. So that's what we did, and it was free. Do not come to Angelina's on a full stomach. You have to come ready to eat. It is a bit pricey, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's pricier than some of the dinners that we've had, but it is incredibly good. And honestly, if it wasn't this hot outside, I probably would have walked all the way to the Champs-Élysées because it's only like 20-25 minutes. But it is quite hot today, so we are going to take the metro instead. Ooh, look at this view though. Look, that's such a pretty view. Eiffel Tower in the background and everything. We just left Longchamp, which is that big green thing behind me, because as you saw, we got my cousin's Longchamp bag, hot stamped. We were here 2 weeks ago. You might have seen us buy the bag, but we saw hot stamping as we were leaving, and the person who did the hot stamping was not there at that time, so they said, come back. You can get back tomorrow, but we were leaving the next day, so we're like, if we come back to Paris, we'll get a hot stamped, and we did. My cousin's so happy. I sent her the video already. So yeah, now we are going to get my partner's haircut and his beard trimmed because he's really annoyed about it now. So we're going to go get that one done. And then I want to go to City Pharmacy. Yeah, flat out. I want to go and do a little bit of shopping with skincare and stuff. And then maybe if there's any available, we'll go and do escape rooms. We are now done with this haircut. We've just crossed the Champs-Élysées to get to La Poste because I need to buy some postage stamps. And it was literally on the same road. It was just across the Champs-Élysées. So I'm going to do that now before I forget, or before, like, I remember only when it's closed. But yeah, there it is. The sign in yellow, that is La Poste. All right. Hi, could I buy some stamps, please? One international, one to keep, just as a souvenir. One to keep. Which one do you think is the prettiest stamp that you guys have? We'll also take the one that you recommended, the one with the Macron. Yeah. You don't have the other one? Okay, is this okay? All right, yeah. Like that one. One and one. Yes, please, yeah. If you have never seen it before, here is the Champs-Élysées. It is one of the major streets in Paris. It is one of the most popular. It's a very big shopping district. And at the very other side, you can't see it, but I promise it's there. The Arc de Triomphe is on the other side. But yeah, I think part of the charm of the Champs-Élysées is that it's got very, very wide streets. And a mixture of new architecture and old architecture. As you can see, this building over here is newer. That one has like an older style facade. Same as that one across the street, it's older. It's very much like from the original 19th century redesign of Paris. But no matter what you say about the Parisians, they've done really, really well in keeping like Paris looking really pretty, unlike Berlin and unlike a lot of Frankfurt. Paris is pretty, and I think they've managed to keep a lot of the vibe Paris from the 18th century reconstruction of Paris. They managed to do it. Oh, as we cross, there you go. There's the Arc de Triomphe. Here's Serafama, which is very famous for being a very affordable place. We are now on the metro on the way back to the hotel because we're going to drop off all the things that we bought before we do dinner. There was no filming allowed inside, obviously. I'm not terribly surprised. It was also like really, really, really full of people. If back when I went there back in 2018, I thought that was full. It's crazy now. But the prices really are good. They're much, much, much cheaper than like Sephora and everything. Cheaper than some online pharmacy things, and it's a lot easier not to need to go to multiple places. And they do tax-free, so I'm happy about that. I did do quite a decently sized haul, not excessive, because basically I just bought my staples, stuff that I've tried and tested, really like, that kind of thing. But yeah, if you are willing to brave the lines and everything, City Farm definitely is very affordable. If you are not willing to do that, do not go to City Farm. Absolutely not. It is going to be way too full for you, and you are going to be an unhappy camper. So we dropped off the things in the hotel. My partner had a nap, and now we're out to eat dinner because I'm hungry. We were originally going to go to the ramen place that we went to last time we were in Paris. I believe that should be in the first vlog. But instead, here we are. We just walked a few minutes to this Chinese place that does hand-pulled noodles. And I'm a sucker for hand-pulled noodles. So here we are. Hopefully it's good. And I've just noticed that across the street there is another ramen place. But we've already ordered. And also, like I said, I'm a sucker for hand-pulled noodles. So I am starting with spring rolls. And my partner has gyoza. We just heard a white man, sounds like he speaks English with an American accent, but it's accented, so I'm not actually 100% sure where he's from. But he's not speaking French, clearly, because we understood him. Saying that, isn't Hamburg cheap? Isn't all of Germany cheap? Hamburg is like the second most expensive city in Germany. It's not cheap. So whoever you were, it seems like from the conversation, he is moving to Germany. Good luck. My partner says, no, he'll be fine. It's cheap. Because it's sarcastically, obviously. I hope you enjoy shopping at Bio, because you're wealthy enough, clearly, to be shopping there. And I hope you enjoy Deutsche Bahn. Also, these spring rolls are actually quite good. My partner has what look like stir-fried noodles with beef. There's mine. Looks good. Let's give it a go. Okay. Yeah. Very Chinese noodle soup. Nice chew. Nice bounce to the noodle. So we just decided to pass by Amarino and grab some ice cream. And it's so funny. The people behind the counter, they're struggling to pronounce names that don't normally pop up in French because it's really funny just hearing them trying to pronounce the name Greg. Greg. I have become Glass again, and it took one guy going. We didn't notice immediately, and it took one guy going, Grace. Must have noticed. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that whenever I'm in France, my name is Grace, not Grace. But in any case, Amarino is one of the best chains for gelato ice cream if you just want a place that's like tried and tested across Europe. We are now back in the hotel. It is almost 11:30 at night. I still need to go shower and get ready for bed. I want to wake up early tomorrow to go have a proper lunch somewhere instead of brunch. So I'm gonna head to sleep. Good night, everybody. Hello, it is almost 2:30 on the 4th of April. I know I said last night that I wanted to wake up early today. Unfortunately, something happened last night which delayed us waking up, well, me waking up, and then... Hello? Hang on. Okay, sorry, somebody called my partner. Anyway, also earlier today, my partner had to help his friend with a big competition thing going on, so they were on the phone for a little bit while I was asleep, so, you know, there was nothing we can do about that. But now we're awake, and we are on our way to go do things. Here we are. We are somewhere in the Jewish quarter because we are looking for a falafel place. It's nice, very quaint, no cars. I appreciate that. Look, they're Jews. Okay, Julian, I know you are cheating with Cassandra. I want to know the tea. I really genuinely do. Here is some falafel schnitzel mix. I got a box of schnitzel pieces. And then also in this bag, we have a good chunk of homemade fries. Look at this station. It's so nice. It's like a museum at the same time as being a train station. I've seen like train stations that are like art museums kind of, but this one kind of looks like a museum, just like the Louvre upstairs. So cool. While we walk to our escape room for the day, really quickly on the place that we ate. The place that we ate was, what was it called? Las du Falafel. Definitely, they are not wrong that it is one of the best falafel places in the whole city. It was fantastic. The schnitzel was also really, really good. Fully kosher place, if that is something that you look for. But apparently it is just, kosher or not, one of the best falafel places in all of Paris. In all of Europe, supposedly. Like, it's that good. I would highly recommend it if you like falafel. We are on our way to another escape room. We are finally going to do the last one of like from Lock Academy, which is the escape rooms we've been going to a lot. We are around the Louvre, where this escape room is. Same place that we went to the other day. But I guess, yeah, this might be a good time to do a small little walking tour. This is how Paris looks like. There are obviously some nicer places and some uglier places of Paris. But this... Ooh, look, it's a BYD. Look, Chinese cars are making it to Europe. But yeah, like I was saying, there's some nice parts and ugly parts of Paris for sure. But overall, I think Paris is the prettiest city in continental Europe, or in Europe in general. Like, take a look at that. That's so pretty. That's why we ate the other night, the first night that we were here. So that means the escape room must really just be around the corner. And here we are, back at Lock Academy. Alright, that is us done with all those escape rooms at Lock Academy. Honestly, they're all great. All of the game masters are also super informative. They've given us recommendations of other escape rooms as well in Paris. They definitely don't gatekeep, so I love that about them. And now we're taking the metro to a steak frites restaurant that my friend recommended to us. She is Parisian. So even though this place, I've seen it on Instagram before, and like I've heard a lot of people say that it's really good, etc., etc. Obviously, you have to be wary of traps like that, but she's Parisian. She said that she really likes it, so we're gonna go and try it out ourselves. Also, look, it's a Westfield. My little Australian heart is a bit surprised, but not sad. Okay, we gotta take the 4. So, as expected, it is a really long line. I've left my partner in line because he's really thirsty, so I'm gonna go to the supermarket. It's only like 300 meters away. I'm actually already here to just grab him some water. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Gonna grab something to drink. I'm actually pretty thirsty as well, so hopefully this line is worth it. I swear, Gigi, if you're watching this, if it's not worth it, girl, you literally made me stay in that line. For what? Alright, let's find the water. There's so much food things here, actually. I honestly don't know how any of it tastes, but You could definitely like go to Paris eating only grocery and convenience store foods like you can in Japan, for sure. Hello, bear. Did you want water or did you want soda? Okay. No, I'll get you a water. We can get a soda later. All right. Okay, bye. Okay. Water it is. Let's go. Just this, please. All right. Let's go back. I have a feeling that line has probably not moved because I don't think it opens until 6:30, something like that. But obviously, you want to be there when it starts moving. Honestly, the people outside, the people who work there are currently smoking. They're sitting on these tables outside smoking. It's so funny. But yeah, this is another cute area of Paris. Like, look at that old church, so cute. This is where we were yesterday for City Pharma. Here's the restaurant coming up. It's this one. They're very clearly just about starting to seat people. And then here, you can see the line. It is very long. It's not as bad as I've read it could be, but it is pretty long. After 40 minutes of waiting outside, we are now inside. There is no menu. They give you these things, they're handwritten. It is basically just an option of like some sides, I think, and some drinks. There is no menu. There's only one thing on the menu, basically. You don't get a choice. It is steak and fries. We just ordered. She basically just comes to you and asks you, how would you like your steak? No other questions. It starts off with a salad and bread. It just comes as standard. I don't eat salad, so my partner's going to probably eat mine. But he says it tastes like a Caesar salad with a light vinaigrette. I'm going to try this bread though. That's pretty good baguette. There's no butter or anything though, so I might save the rest of this baguette for when we get the steak. You can see them assembling on the side the fries and the steak. It basically comes out of the kitchen and they assemble it. There's one right behind my partner actually. There's stations all over this place and they just put everything together basically. I would definitely not call this place fancy. I think it is definitely like the definition of fast casual. Very much fast food steak version. And also the sauce does not look mayonnaise based, thank God, because I don't want to have to ask for any modifications in this place. It looks like Bisto Regent, like the sauce. I'm actually not sure what sauce they use at that place, but I love the sauce there. This steak has come. Here it is. It's basically just a few pieces of steak and some fries. See? We also decided to get dessert. This is like a chocolate cake and a fondant. Honestly, it's like a really dense cake. It's like a brownie in cake form. Oh my God. This is good.
This is better than the steak. Right.
My partner says it's actually better than the steak and fries here. Honestly, while we eat dessert, let's talk about it. Look. The place is good, okay? But
Arguable.
is it worth the wait outside? No. To be honest, I've had better steak in Paris with zero line. This dessert though, okay, this might actually be what's good here. Oh my god. This is decadent. Decadent. Oh lord, is this good. It's been a while since I've had a chocolate cake that I liked this much. But let's try this fondant. Oh. Ooh. Okay. My fellow Australians, if you are watching this, you know the Coles cake? The Coles, the Woolies cake, the mud cake that we all had for our birthday at least once? Or that we've all ordered and so totally not eaten it on our own. Straight out of the box. That one. It tastes a lot like that, but just like upped. Just like good version of it. Not like trashy Woolies version of it. Yeah. I'm not kidding. If you're going to this place, just ask to take out the dessert. Go find your steak somewhere else. If this place had no line, I would recommend it. But there is a line, and the line's just not worth it. Yeah, we were here fairly early, and we still waited 40 minutes. So it's definitely a long line. And also, I'm not going to lie, really suspiciously, a lot of hijabis are here. My brothers and sisters in Islam. This place is not halal, okay? I checked. I googled. This place is not halal. Do not come here if you are an observant Muslim. We're going to finish with this and then leave because this place is really, really full. If you are claustrophobic, this is not the place for you either. Currently in the middle of changing trains on the metro, and this train has 5-minute intervals, which is the longest I've experienced in a while in Paris. Normally it's like 2 or 3 minutes. I wonder why this one's 5 minutes. It is the 9 train. If anybody knows the answer, let me know. We just came from Pandore, which is in that corner. It's definitely a very interesting escape room. Not like most that we have experienced. Very much no locks at all, right? No locks. Everything's really immersive. Very, very nice like atmosphere inside. Everything is well done. We just didn't click with one of the rooms. We struggled so hard with it. But aside from that, it was really good. It was really fun. And it was an hour and a half. Like, definitely the longest escape room that we've ever experienced. So we are done with that now. We are walking back to the metro because we are going to London tomorrow. How exciting, how fun. We are going on a day trip. So we need to be up early because you have to get to the station at least 30 minutes before because there is like boarding and stuff, I believe, because it is an international train and it's not Schengen, so there are immigration checks and everything. We are trying to get back to the hotel as quickly as possible. But take a look at this. This is the St. Ambrose Church, I believe. It's really cute, really pretty as well. It's what you see when you immediately exit the metro. And there's the metro. So we are back in our hotel room. It is midnight. I'm going to take a shower, pack my bag for tomorrow because we are leaving early in the morning tomorrow to get to London by, I think it's like by 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock UK time, something like that. So we'll have a whole day in London. We're going to meet up with some friends. So I'm excited. Hopefully we have a lot of fun. See you all tomorrow. It is the 5th of April, just before 8 a.m. in the morning, and we're already really, really, really late. It has not been a good start. Of course, when you're in a rush, everything goes wrong, right? Yeah, and that's what's going on. Literally went to the second floor where the lobby is, then realized my phone is not in my pocket. So we had to go all the way fucking back up. Oh my god. So yeah, not a great start. And we are currently running against the clock to get to Gare du Nord before boarding closes. I am literally sweating, but we've almost made it. I just went through security right behind me. They separated my partner and I because my partner is European and I am not. And funnily enough, it was actually more convenient for me, much quicker for me than it was for him. But now we've got to find out where we need to go to actually board this train. And only then will I feel comfortable. Boarding the train is literally just chaos. There's no lines, no nothing. Also, I'm not gonna lie, that terminal is and the signage is really confusing. Hi, which way is wagon 13? Is it that way or this way? Fantastic, thank you. I'm actually so warm. It is so warm inside that terminal as well. But there it is, there's the Eurostar. How fun, how exciting. Here it is, we made it. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad for just 2.5 hours. Funnily enough, it is quicker for us to get from Paris to London than it is to get from Fulda to Paris. Less than 3 hours later, here we are. Welcome to the UK. And there's Deutsche Bahn apparently. Honestly, this was stupid quick. Fell asleep as we entered the tunnel in Calais, and it was 1 hour later and we're here already. Ridiculous. So good. We are a little bit hungry and we don't meet up with our friend till 1 o'clock, and it is like just past 11, so we're here just grabbing a sandwich, ironically at Paul's, but just something to fill up our stomach. Here it is. We're basically just sharing a ham and cheese sandwich. Welcome to the London Underground. The train was at the station as we walked in, so how lucky. The London Underground is set up differently from the Paris Metro. I do believe it's actually thinner, and like the gauge is more narrow, and it is a lot more noisy, that's for sure. Here's Covent Garden, it's so pretty, and here's Glossier, which is also so pretty. No way, but at Glossier right now, if you purchase £100 worth of stuff, you get the mini beauty bag. I don't like red, but I'm so tempted. I bought something. I was so tempted to spend £100 in order to get the free bag, but I felt like I held strong and I was like, Grace, there's no point in buying excessively for something that you don't need. Especially because Glossier is actually cheaper in Australia now because the Australian dollar is worth nothing. But I did decide to get Wilder because that you can't buy in Australian stores. You can't buy that in Mecca. You can only buy it on the website. And buying it on the website means that either you pay for shipping, which then makes like it more expensive than even buying it here in the UK, or you buy like $110 worth of stuff to get free shipping. And I was just not about to do that because I don't need it. But I'm not going to lie, I am waiting for the reformulation, return to the original formulation of the Milky Jelly, which is rumored to be happening. If that happens, I will try it out. Oh, and also inside they had, if you bought like £40 worth of stuff, they did like the charm things for bomb.coms, but I didn't spend £40, so none of that for me. I'm just hopping into TK Maxx real quick. This TK Maxx has some good designer stuff. They've got Bottega Veneta down there and Louis Vuitton and Celine over here. Look at this Calvin Klein jacket. It is just £99. It's so cute. But I had like a gajillion exactly like this. I did look out a little bit though. I found this Generation G lipstick. There was also like G Suite ones, but I did not like the colors. So this one is in the color Malt, and although the packaging is a bit rough, I did check it was entirely unused. And also, come on, £6, willing to try it. We went back to St. Pancras. There's King's Cross, the Underground station. We are now walking to Beer and Burgers, where a friend is going to meet us. That's where we're going to have lunch. I'm excited for lunch because I'm hungry. And I'm really thirsty as well. And thankfully now that we're back in the Anglosphere, water's free at the table. Europeans, please. Happy about that. I'm also happy with the amount of dogs I'm seeing. Oh my God, they're so cute. Look at that one. Cute dog. This is a short distance from King's Cross. This is the Northway. There's a lot of like nice food in this area. And it's also really cute, isn't it? We are here early, so we've just popped into Waitrose to grab something to drink. because although I bought water, I've already finished it. I'm so thirsty. Where's water in this place? Juice? I don't want juice. I don't normally go inside Waitrose because it's expensive. I normally just go into Tesco, but this is what's next door. So this is what we'll have. You want a San Pellegrino?
I assume most of them want sparkling.
Yeah. Actually, but no, I'm okay. I want a fizzy.
You want a fizzy?
Yeah, a can. I don't actually. I want a Coke actually. There is one because water is free at restaurants. Soda is not. Okay, found them. Let's go. We have burgers and Jackie. Hello. We've just basically been out here the whole time, just sitting, just eating, just chatting. But we are heading into Waitrose again to get more things to drink because it is hot outside actually, and also to get Jackie a iced coffee.
Please allow customers of the train for boarding. This is King's Cross, St. Pancras.
Welcome to what is the very, very, very crowded Oxford Street. I didn't know House of CB had stores. If you are unaware, Oxford Circus is like the main shopping street in London, very touristy. I'm here trying to look for TK Maxx because I'm still on my mission to find a sweater that I like. So here we are. Honestly, if you do not like crowds, this is not the place for you. So we just walked out of that TK Maxx. I don't know if you can still see it behind me. Hang on. There it is. Unsuccessful there, so we're going to move on. There is another one a few minutes away, like 700 meters. So we're gonna walk to that one before I call it quits. And we have to eat dinner before we leave. Yeah, it really is just that quick here in London. We're walking through Soho Square right now, and there's whatever this building, like, it looks like the foundation for the Weasley house, doesn't it? Like, look at how lopsided it is. It's cute though. Not 100% sure what it is though. So, we were successful in the last TK Maxx. I did manage to buy a coat. I'm very happy because TK Maxx in continental Europe is nowhere near as nice as TK Maxx here in the UK. But look at this place that we're walking by. It's so cute. This is the back of the British Museum. I've been there a lot. Like, when I was a child, I went there like 3-4 times in one go. But yeah, you can kind of see over there, that glass bit is the back of the British Museum. At the front is where you would see the iconic facade of it, the one that looks kind of like an old Greek temple. You can see it even here. I don't think this is the front. I think this is like the back or the side of it. Like the older part of it is all that kind of neoclassical look. But yeah, this is a lovely place to walk. And the weather's actually really nice. Like, look, blue skies in London, not a single cloud. But yeah, the British Museum, if you've never been to it, it's fantastic. It is free to enter. We are taking some fish and chips to go from Lord Sea Fish. A combination of the fact that they've got no seats left because there's like a whole group coming in, and also because we are catching a train in like less than an hour. So combination of those two things means we're doing takeaway. We're also passing by Greg's real quick. Here we are back in the line for the Eurostar. There is so many people in this departure hall and not enough seating. It seems like our dinner's going to have to wait for the train. That means that it will probably get a bit soggy and won't taste as good as if it was fresh, but definitely better than literally sitting on the ground, because that would be our only other option at this point. Trains definitely take a lot more people than planes. We are boarding, and we are some of the first to go, so I'm happy about that, because I'm really hungry. And this is our carriage. This is us, in case you were wondering. This is how the Euro Standard looks like. We are now on the train, very clearly. We are still at the station, but we are hungry. Here's the spread. We've got 2 drinks. We've got a steak bake and a sausage roll. And here is what we were waiting for. Oh, there it is. Oh, it looks so good. It's massive too. I believe we're already in the tunnel that takes us under the channel, which is just genuinely wild to think about because it just feels like you're on the train. It doesn't feel any different from any other train ride really, but you are 100 meters under the water. It's lots of fun. It's really cool. You don't see anything at all, obviously, because you're in a tunnel under the water, but it is one of my bucket list things crossed off the list. I'm so happy that I got to do this. And honestly, like, taking the train quicker than flying. So fun. I'm going to take a nap and I'll see you guys in Paris. We are now off the train. Welcome back to Paris, everybody. Welcome back to the sights and sounds of the Paris Metro. It is past 11 and I'm so tired. We are back in our hotel though, so I'm gonna get ready for bed and pass out. Good night, everyone. Hello, it is just before 3 in the afternoon on the 6th of April. We slept in a lot. We're very happy about sleeping in, but now we are leaving. We're just gonna take a very chill day because we are tired from yesterday. I think the most important thing today will be eating. We are off to have some ramen. Hopefully it's open. So this is the place. We were here last time and it was really good, so we're back. Bonjour. Here's our starters. We have karage and gyoza. And here's the mains. I have a chicken ramen and my partner has tonkotsu. Of course, because this is Europe, specifically France, there's just a bunch of wine just casually chilling out next to the sodas. But this is what I'm looking for. Coke Zero. It has no sugar and, more importantly, no alcohol. This is a cute part of Paris, although all parts of Paris are kind of really pretty, especially when you compare it to German cities. But yeah, very nice. I guess this is, again, a little bit of a Paris walking tour. We just passed by a random store because they had really cute postcards and we wanted to send a postcard to our good friends in South Korea. And they had this really, really, really cool Air France postcards and stuff, which, not gonna lie, I was tempted to buy for myself. We bought them something else because we thought that it was nicer and that they would enjoy it more, but my little Afghan cart was like, oh my god, I want all of them. Definitely gonna go back there once I live in Europe. We just went into this Jewish bakery to grab some baked goods. And I asked for a cover for the baguette because it's poking out of the bag, and I'm not taking that on the subway. Absolutely not. Anybody who's ever been on public transport would know that you should not trust the air that's in there, especially for food. So, covered baguettes it is. We did go back to La As du Falafel, but this time for the challah schnitzel. The schnitzel is actually really quite good as well. That's really loud. Anyway, we just walked to the metro station while my partner ate his food. We are now on our way to the escape room. We did end up walking to another metro station, not the ones that we've taken up around this area, and I'm kind of happy that we did. The Jewish quarter is very nice. It's very lively. It has a lot of food options. if you are an observant to Paris, definitely has a lot of options for you. Obviously, it's not as much as I personally would like. Not enough for me to commit to being kosher. I don't even keep halal. Like, if I don't keep halal, come on. Anyway, the area itself is really nice. It's really beautiful, really well maintained. So many people, like a ridiculous amount of people. I bet that place is a lot quieter on the Saturday because obvious reasons. But yeah, like definitely if you have the opportunity to, just walk around. It's really nice. So we just finished our escape room, our first one for today. And we have just gone to a nearby creperie for a bit of a snack. There's the crepe. It came really quickly. This is a Nutella crepe with whipped cream. Here I also have a milkshake, and yes, it did come much later than the crepe. The metro in Paris has these weird full-size doors to get out. There's the Bastille, according to Google Maps. Place du Bastille, Palais du Bastille. I'm not sure, my French is terrible. Although I have it confirmed by my Parisian friend that I do indeed pronounce arrondissement fine. Like, that's it. So I just have to remember that it's arrondissement, not adorissement or whatever. But yeah. Hey, look. French is a difficult language, so... So we are at a second escape room and the last escape room for the day. And maybe for the rest of our time here in Paris, we're not entirely sure yet, but this is the same place that we were at 2 days ago. We are here to do the second escape room because it is a lot of fun and they do 20% off when you book like 5 hours before. So we got a slot, so happy. We just went somewhere like a German bar just to get some beer for my partner, and I just had a Spezi, so I didn't even bother filming because I literally just got a soda. Sat there for about an hour, and then now we're here. We are both still really full from lunch because it was quite a late lunch, so we haven't eaten dinner or anything. Hopefully there's some places open after this. I guess we'll see. But yeah, if not, this is our last thing for tonight. We did really enjoy the other room. That's why we are here. This is Pandore, by the way. If you guys are ever in Paris and you want to do escape rooms, Pandore. It's different compared to most other escape rooms that we've been to, but it's still a lot of fun, so yeah. Update from a very noisy metro, despite the fact that it's pretty much empty. If you hear anything, that's a bunch of Spaniards that's in the same carriage as us. They're very loud. Anyway, update. That was fantastic. All the Pandore escape rooms are an hour and a half long, which makes them longer than your average escape room, but ridiculous fun. The story is fantastic, the gameplay is great, the atmosphere too, the game masters as well, especially this last one that we had. He was fantastic, and yeah, highly recommend it, especially because you get 20% off if you book like 5 hours before, and definitely very unique. All of the worlds are connected, just like Lock Academy, which is also why we really liked Lock Academy. Warning though, Pandore does have jump scares, but we don't like jump scares, so we just ask for them to remove it. There's no problem at all. They will get rid of it. Right now, we are on our way back to our hotel room because it is past midnight. There is not much food places open. Quite frankly, I'm still a little bit full, but I know I'm going to be hungry later. So we are going to stop by McDonald's at Gare Montparnasse before heading back to the hotel. And we do need to check out tomorrow, unfortunately. So this was the last whole day in Paris. And also, these Spaniards are so loud. Like, other people are looking at them. That's how loud they are. The carriages on the metro didn't open right. Seems to be the same in the other carriages. They just kind of forced the door open. We have finally made it back to our hotel room. We had to go to 2 different McDonald's because the first one, the one in Gare Montparnasse, was supposed to be open, but it's not. So don't go to that one if you're there late at night. But the one across the street from it was. But whoever was working there, I didn't know you can be too dumb to work at McDonald's, but she is. Because look at the state of that bag. Because of how she packed it. It's just like, it's just bled right through it. How? I was too tired to show you all, but I had chicken nuggets. And now I'm going to take a quick shower and go to sleep because I'm so exhausted. Good night. It is just past 12 on the 7th of April. We are already late for checkout, so let's quickly go and finish this packing. There it is. That luggage is packed. It's only really our hand carries that we need to finish. We are at Bouillon Châtier, I think that's how you say it, for some steak frites and bread. For dessert, they have a house-made chocolate mousse, so that's what we're having. And also, this place is really pretty. Look at that. Do not be deceived though, this place is pretty unpretentious and is actually really quite cheap compared to the vast majority of places that we eat at in Paris. Okay, so we were walking back to the hotel when we found a massage place, and after the last few days we really need one, so we decided, you know what, we're just gonna get a 30-minute foot reflexology to get our feet back into shape. And while we wait for our appointment, we are here in some random cafe around the corner. My partner's just having a coffee. I have a Coke Zero. And then in the middle is a strawberry cheesecake. Despite loving cheese, I don't like cheesecake, so that's for my partner. But he says it looks really nice, so let's hope it tastes as good as it looks. Alright, we just finished with our massage from there. Now we're on our way back to our hotel because our train is in an hour and 10 minutes, an hour 20 minutes, something like that. It was really quite good, a bit pricey, especially when you compare it to like where I'm used to going, like in Asia. But in all honesty, that was badly needed. Like, our feet were in so much pain. We're now in the hotel. We're just waiting for a lost item that we had left in the hotel room to be brought to us. But while we're waiting, here's the postcard that we bought for our friends. It's so pretty. We're at Monoprix real quick, just to grab some things. And this is the last Coke Zero, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah, only one left.
Or cans.
We just made it to Gare de l'Est and the train is gone. So now we're in line to try and figure out what to do. Very annoying because the Deutsche Bahn is normally always late, and we factored in half an hour to get here. And no, apparently in Paris during the day, do not do that. It took us almost 40 minutes to get here. And so, although we left with half an hour to go, we didn't make it. So we arrived 5:12, and our train was at 5:10. So rest in peace. Update, they tried to help us, but they can't because it is the Deutsche Bahn ticket. And so now we have to buy brand new tickets. Another 500 something euro gone down the drain. I'm so annoyed, and we were not the only one. There was a couple, also German, in front of us. They had also missed their train because of cabs. So there you go. Even if you have a lot of bags, if we had taken the metro, we probably would have made it here on time. But we didn't want to take the metro because of the amount of bags that we had, and we felt like that would have dragged us like to be slower. Don't do that. If you are in Paris, literally take the metro. It is quicker than taking a cab. It was just 7 kilometers, and we were 2 minutes late. And whenever you think Deutsche Bahn is Deutsche Bahn and so it'll be late, don't worry. The one time that you want Deutsche Bahn to be late, Deutsche Bahn will be on time. We went to this random place across the street for just some food now. We found a postbox, so there we go. We are now on the train 15 minutes early because we are not taking the risk anymore. But this train is already 1 minute late, according to Deutsche Bahn themselves. So remember, if you want the train to be on time, it will be late. And if you want the train to be late, it will be on time. Gesundheit. That is just the way of Deutsche Bahn. Anyways, we went to this random chocolate place that we just saw here at Gare de l'Est. Jeff de Bruges, I don't know. but hot chocolate, really, really, really good. Some of the best hot chocolate I've ever had. And also, we bought my partner's dad an Easter egg chocolate, and it has his name on it. Like, it's literally like they hand make it, like they hand write it with frosting on top. It is so funny because he's Jewish when he's getting an Easter egg. But I guess, look, you view it as, Easter is a celebration of a Jew rising again, right? Like, let's view it as that, All these holidays are centered around a Jew anyway, so, who cares? Here's the food that we got from the Japanese place earlier. I just got 2 skewers, some rice, and some noodles. Here's some footage of the French countryside as we zoom at about 150 kilometers an hour towards the border. Also, when you are going this fast, even if you are on a train and not on a plane, it does actually make your ears like there's pressure in your ears and it does make it pop. Fun fact. Hello from Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. We just passed by McDonald's really quickly just to get me some fries before we leave. It was also quite a short change, but quick enough to grab some Maccas real quick because it was very close. We are now back in Fulda. I have to be really quiet because it is like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm really tired. Good night, everybody. Hello, it is 2 p.m. in the afternoon on the 8th of April. I've actually been awake for a bit now, but I've just been lounging around in bed, but now it's time to get up and do some things around the house, namely cooking. Here's some chana masala that I'm making. This is my first time trying it out, so hopefully it tastes good. We did laundry, censored because don't be creepy. I'm in bed and I'm cold. We did nothing today except do a little bit of cooking and do laundry and watch volleyball. That's literally it. I should have been packing today, but I didn't. So I'm sure you will be watching me tomorrow panic do it. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm flying home. Sad face. It is almost 4:45 on the 9th of April. I've been awake for hours. I've just been in a flurry of packing. I've literally done nothing all day. Nothing all day but pack. I've also clearly taken a shower, changed my clothes because we are about to leave for the airport because indeed this is my last day in Europe. We are not far from the airport, but we're just grabbing some food because I'm really hungry. We haven't eaten anything all day. Here's the meal. Fries, 2 burgers, and some nuggets. And some drinks. Welcome to Frankfurt Airport. We are now here. There you go. See, airport. We are in line for check-in. I have checked in online, but I do need to get my bags tagged so I can do tax refund and then come back. This is actually the first international flight this year that I'm flying on my own. Despite the fact that, what is this? This is like the 5th international flight, something like that. This year so far, this is my first one on my own, so lots of fun. Always nice to do things in your own pace, but So I am through passport control, not yet through security because security is at the gates here in Frankfurt. Unfortunately, with the tax thing, I did not get my tax back. That is because I left the EU for less than 24 hours and apparently that is not good enough for the Germans. You need to have not left at all. But at least it was just about 40 euros, so I don't feel terribly bad. That is a lesson learnt though. If you are going to go to the UK, because the UK is no longer part of the EEA or anything like that, you need to leave with all of your stuff. He said that it's actually perfectly fine for you to then come back with said stuff. So yeah, I guess in the future, just bring all of your stuff with you. It is not truly your last ever departure from the EU in this trip. It is whatever your first departure from the EU is. That's when you should be getting your tax back. But like I said, 40 euro, not worth fighting about. I've got a few minutes. I'm going to head to the lounge and then we head on to the plane and I guess we truly leave Europe. Qatar uses the Priority Pass Lounge here in Frankfurt, and I'm not gonna lie, the food is not very appetizing. So all I have here is a Coke Zero, some chocolate pudding, and literally just a sausage. Oh, there's a plane for the night. Hi. Okay. This is my seat for the flight. This is 1A. It's alright, I got it. I'm used to it. Thank you. Amazingly, I found a pair of socks here at my seat, and the slippers and the blanket stuffed into a tiny compartment here. I don't know how they managed to do that, but they did, and it was here. They complained straight to the cleaners about it. The aircraft was delayed coming in though, which probably explains why everything is a little bit rushed, but I think we are going to be leaving on time, so that's good. Unfortunately, it is not the Cube Suite Light like I was told it would be at check-in. I guess the guy was mistaken, but in any case, it is still a great seat. It's the reverse herringbone, as long as it's not the one that I had to sit next to somebody on, because let's admit, nobody is paying this much money for business class to sit next to somebody. But here's the welcome drink. It's a Coke Zero. The crew are fantastic so far, and let's get this flight rolling. And also, there's no Wi-Fi on this plane, at least not yet. Very annoyed about that, because I was planning on messaging my partner, and now I can't. I didn't even get to say goodbye properly. But that's okay. Hopefully there is up in the air. Okay, so we are up in the air, and somebody came again to apologize, because right before takeoff I found yet another piece of trash from the other person who sat here. This time it was hidden behind the TV. It was the little chocolates that they give at the end of the flight. It was opened and it was just shoved right behind there. Whoever sat in 1A before me, you are an absolute animal, and that's not a compliment. If you are ever in Qatar Airways' reverse herringbone business class, I do highly recommend 1A, or I guess 1K, which is on the other side, because I assume the other side is the same as well, because these two are storage bins. So there's the bassinet, and then underneath the bassinet, these two are storage bins. You can put a good chunk of stuff there, including shoes. I've also already taken my order, and going against convention for me, I'm not having the steak on board, even though it was offered. Instead, I'm having the cordon bleu. So far, the only thing I really like about the 787 is this. There is a window in the bathroom. Obviously, you can't see anything now because it is the middle of the night. Plain fit check. Here are the pajamas. Same ones as last time. You can check out that vlog if you want to, but their Wi-Fi is not working right. Already, there's no complimentary Wi-Fi on the Boeing 787, which this one is. It's on the 777s already, which was what we were on last time. The complimentary Wi-Fi is like 1 hour texting, and it's gone. So, like, I asked about it. She's asking the other people, like, where is it? Like, I can use the Wi-Fi if I pay for it, but it's $20 for 200 MB. Like, I'm just gonna get a bunch of Facebook notifications and it'll use up all the internet. Like, absolutely not. Even she doesn't recommend buying it, because as soon as we go over a part of the world that doesn't have the Wi-Fi, you're shit out of luck. So now it's a waiting game, or trying to figure out, hopefully, what's going on. I'm so glad I did not have the steak, because this is so good. This is so yummy. This cordon bleu, fantastic. Mash, so funny. It's so good. I want more mash. Like, the cordon bleu is not as crispy as it could be, but what can you do? You are in you are in a plane, which means that it's not freshly fried, but really, really yummy. Like a solid 9 out of 10. There is the remains of it. And I'm not yet done. That food service took most of the flight time, but that's okay. I had a chat with the flight attendant. She's really nice. But yeah, now she's done my bed, as you can see. I have done a little bit of work. I'm gonna probably have a nap for about 2 hours. They're just watching things. This is the Spy I Called Friend, I believe. I just watched all of the episodes of Ghosts that they have, all 5 of them. It was great. It's so funny. I keep seeing clips on Instagram and TikTok, and they had about 5 episodes of season 3, so I watched all of them. They're really funny. Enjoyed them a lot. The flight attendant also gave me a lot of popcorn. Yeah, she gave me like 3 of them. One that I've already finished there, and then more butterscotch. I'm probably just going to take them with me because what a shame to leave it, and I really do like popcorn, so why not? I'm in bed mode. Good night, everybody. See you all in Doha. Hello and good morning. It is just before 4 o'clock in the morning on the 10th of April. I am now in Doha Airport. As you can see, I'm in the middle of transferring, basically, trying to get to the other lounge. I did not get much sleep on the flight, unfortunately, because it was quite a short one. A few weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, it was in part 1 of this Euro vlog when we went out to Doha, and we were back in at about 10ish p.m. and there were so many people here. Now, just a few hours later, there's barely anyone. It feels a bit like a ghost town. I guess this is Doha Airport in the middle of the night. There it is. Barely anybody here at all.
Please stand clear. The doors are open.
I am in the lounge, and it's actually quite empty, just like outside. There's the downstairs, and this is the main lounge, which is like normally filled to the brim with people. I am just having a bit of food up in the restaurant before I do some work, take a shower and stuff. I'm starting out with a bit of soup. Here's the soup. I believe it's a leek and mushroom soup. And there's some feta cheese as well. Here's the main, and it tastes quite good. I got lucky because I was the first in line as the line was growing behind me for the shower rooms. Here is the shower room in the other Qatar Airways lounge. When you first come in, there's this place where you put your bags, hang your coats and stuff. Sink. This is what I like about this one. It has a toilet. And there is the actual shower. And just like the other place, this is all the boutique stuff. Okay, great timing. Just as the lounge is starting to fill up, my flight is going to be boarding soon. What's wrong with my lip? Anyway, it's time to find my gate. I believe it is gate C11, which is like low-key on the other side. So I might take the train to the other side to make it quicker. I'm going to be sleeping on this flight because I'm so sleepy. My eyes are like so dry. So I might have dinner on this flight. I think the second meal would be dinner and instead sleep in the first bit, just like I did when we flew to Paris. There's a train.
Please stand clear. The doors are open.
Not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for trains in airport terminals. This place is where I said earlier that there was nobody there. Clearly that's very different now, considering how many people there are here. It's not as bad as the other side of the terminal, but it's still a good chunk of people. Let's go.
This is your queue suite on the right side.
Yeah,
Enjoy
cheers.
tonight.
Thank you. All right, back to queue suite, thank God. Definitely the best way to fly on Qatar. Also, shout out to that old couple who, because I was already standing, right, because I didn't get a seat, when they called up business for boarding, walked straight to the front and they low-key cut in front of me. And they kind of like looked at me oddly. Shout out to them because I'm also in this cabin. I will say though, one thing that I really liked about the 787 is that the insane amount of storage. Now that we're in Q Suite, although I do prefer the seat, much more comfortable, it is smaller in terms of the storage areas are fewer. But back-to-back seats in 1A, so that's fun. There it is, 1A. Here's my little Q Suite. Ignore the mess. There's the Q Suite. There's me inside the seat. If you are an av geek like I am, you would know all av geeks have this dream of being in 1A. And I fulfilled it. Yay, twice in a row. I think I've been in row 1 before, but not 1A, or maybe I have like just like once. But definitely my first time in 1A in Q Suite, so lots of fun. That is definitely something ticked off on the wish list. Because this is a daytime flight, they normally don't give out pajamas, but I managed to ask them for a pair and they did have one. There they are. I'm going to use them because I'm going to go to sleep. Quick fit check. This is the classic pajamas that they have. This is breakfast right before I sleep. I am basically all tucked into bed. Good night, everyone. See you guys later. Good morning. Thankfully, I slept very well. I woke up very briefly, literally just to go to the bathroom. Came back, fell asleep again. They woke me up for breakfast. Well, my breakfast, at least. It's actually dinner. I did not get a starter this time. Went straight to the mains. I have a steak. Here it is. And of course, it does come with bread. There is about an hour and a half before landing, so let's eat.
Can I bring some port wine with cheese plate?
No, I don't drink. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, we are pretty much at the end of the flight, so let's get ready for landing. Alright, there we go. Dressed. Update. I'm on the ground. Already through immigration. It was really quick. There was like no line at all. Thankfully, because we were one of the first people out. Now we're just waiting for the luggage. I have 2 bags with me. Then I have to get home on my own. But that's okay. We can do it. And I still have at least about an hour to get home because of Manila traffic, even though it's only like 13 kilometers. Home stretch at least. Here are the bags. And they're also now like laid out nicely, unlike in the past. So that's nice. That's cool. Nice improvement from the year. I through customs, got all my bags, and I swear to God, you're out of the Philippines for 5 minutes and you forget just how many Filipinos there are. This place is so full. Like, it's so full. There's so many people. And it's like 10 o'clock at night. Why is everybody here? Okay, but now I've got to get a grab. Hi, Kuya. Sorry, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Kuya. I'm finally home. Yeah, it is, what time is it? Just about 11 p.m. on the 10th of April, and I guess that is officially the end of the Europe trip. This was really long, so that's why I had to be 2 parts. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed going around Europe with me. I didn't do very many touristy stuff because I have been to all of those places multiple times already. This is what it's like when you go to Europe or you go to another country, mostly to see your partner and like do things you enjoy together. Mostly eating. As you guys can tell, we did a lot of eating and escape rooms. That was the primary things that we did in Paris, basically. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Right now, I'm not entirely sure what the next vlog is. It might be me going to Tacloban again. If that's the case, then look out for another Taglish vlog. If not, I guess we'll find out. Thanks for coming. Bye, everyone.